Hi everyone. In this video, we will see how to create a global change in Primavera P6. We need to know what is a global change option in Primavera P6. The global change feature enables you to make changes to all activities, resource assignments, project expenses, or a selected group of activities or resource assignments or project expenses. We can use a global change to edit existing values or assign new values. For example, you can create a statement to change calendar to a group of activities. Then we will see what are all the conditions we need to keep in mind when you are going to create a global change. If statement control which project data changes. Then statement and else statement specify the changes to be made. You can define unlimited number of if, then and else statements. All global change specification require at least one then statement. If statement are optional. Then statement with no if statement is applied to all activities in the current filter. Now we will see how to use the global change option in Primavera P6. Go to the tools, you can see the global change. Click the global change. A dialog box will open here. We need to create a new global change. We will see an example for changing the calendars. You can see here we are using 5 by 8 calendars and 7 by 24 calendars in this project. So we need to change. There is a scenario that we need to change the calendar 5 by 8 calendars to some other calendars, maybe 5 by 10 calendars. We need to change. So how can we change? Instead of changing here directly here or by in the activities detail, how can we change using the global change option? You need to go to the tools, global change, then you need to add new, then you can see a subject area. In the subject area, you can see where you can apply these global changes. Activities area, activity resource assignments, project expenses. Now we are going to deal with the activities. Here you need to rename the global change. I'm going to rename it as change in calendar. Then this is the first dialog box. If statement, then statement, and the else statement. So if you are not going to use the if statement here, the entire project will be applied with the changes. So let's say I'm not going to apply the if statement here. You are going to use only the then statement. You need to add. So you need to change the calendar for the entire project. Calendar you are going to change for all the projects to, instead of 5 by 8 and 7 by 24, I'm going to change it to the, let's say, 5 by 10. So you can see A1 and A34 are 7 by 24, and then rest all the other calendars is the 5 by 8 calendars. Now I am going to change it to 5 by 10. Just select it here. Then after you make the changes here, you can apply the changes here. So when you are going to apply the changes, it will ask you to save a file. So what are all the changes you have made? You can save the file for future references. Cancel the changes. If you don't want to commit the changes, you can cancel the changes here. Then commit the changes. If you are going to commit the changes, it cannot be undone. So you need to check first. So okay, you can see here, this is the activity ID. What is the field you are going to change in the project? Old value and the new value after you have committed the changes. So you can see activity A1 is 7 by 24. It is changed to the new value of 5 by 10. So rest all other activities. Then 34 is also changed from 7 by 24 to 5 by 10. So if you want to commit the changes, you can commit the changes. Or if you can also cancel the changes, it will ask you to whether you want to exit without committing your changes. Yes. So when you are going to use if statement, you can select the area where you are going to apply the changes. So I'm going to show you where I'm going to select the particular WBS. Particular WBS is under, okay, let's say pre-execution. Okay, only for that particular WBS level I'm going to apply the changes. You can see from A2 to A8 activities I'm going to change the calendar from 5 by 8 to 5 by 10. Let's see, just click the change. Now you can see only from A2 to A8 your old value is 5 by 8, the new value is 5 by 10. So again, if you want to save the file, you can save this file for future references, cancel the changes and commit the changes. I don't want to change it now, so I want to cancel the changes. Yes. So this is how you are going to use this global change to change the activities calendars. If you want to save this particular global change criteria, you can click OK. So you can use it for the future programs. You can see change in calendar is already available here in the list of global changes. You can use it for the future projects. Now we will see how to use if, then and else statement in global change. Previously we have used if and then statement using the calendar. Okay, you can see the modify, go to the modify and you can see if statement and then statement we have used. So it will be applied to the particular WBS. So if you are not going to use the if statement, it will be applied all over the project. So even the 7 by 24 calendar will also be converted to the whatever the change calendar you are going to use. So I don't want to change this particular calendar. I want to remain these two activities with the same calendar. So how can you use that one? So you need to create a new. So activity is the subject area. Then calendar, let's say change in calendar. Okay, let's say -1. Okay, where again, okay, I'm going to leave it where activity calendar is equal to is under 5 by 8. Then you are going to add the parameter value. You are going to change the calendar to, let's say, 5 by 10. Else you are going to add another statement, else statement. Then calendar, you need to remain it 7 by 24 calendar. So select this one, then you can apply the change. Let's see. Okay, so you can see it here, 7 by 24 calendar, it will be remained the same without any effect. So for activity A1 and A34, A34 you can see here 7 by 24 calendar, it will be remained when you are going to use the else statement. So all the 5 by 8 calendars will be changed to the 5 by 10 calendars. So this is how we are going to use the if then else statements. Again, if you want to commit the changes, you can commit the changes or you can cancel the changes. Let's see how to change a activity ID using the global changes. Okay, create a new global change. Under the global change, I'm going to apply the global change for the activities area. Then I want to rename the global change name to change in activity ID. Okay, again, if you want to use the if statement, again, if you only for the particular area, if you want to select the particular area, let's say again I'm going to use the WBS. So okay, I want to change it to the any other levels, let's say okay, pre-execution itself. Then I want to change the activity ID. So how I want to change the activity ID? So I want to change the first 6 letters or first 3 letters or last 3 letters. I want to change means you can just go to the then parameter, then add. So when you click add, you need to add the parameter value. So what is the parameter you want to change? So I want to change the activity ID is equal to, so you need to enter the value. So how you want to change this particular items activity ID? So I want to add a custom here. So under the custom you need to type the value which you want to show. So I want to, instead of first 6 letters. Let's say I want to, instead of QAT, I want to make it to UAE dash. Instead of MS, I want to make it to OG dash. Okay. Okay, then operator. You need to select the and string here. Then what is the parameter value? Again, parameter or the value which you are going to use. So you can see here right string. So it will count from the right. So you are going to use the right string parameter value. So right string in the parameter, you need to enter the whatever the parameter you have used here. So activity ID. Activity ID. So how many strings you are going to change? So let's say I am going to change around 6. So okay. So after you complete the parameters here, you can apply the changes here. Just click the change button here. So you can see whichever the area you have applied the change. Only for this particular WBS you have selected. So you can see here field is the activity ID. The old value is this one and the new value is replaced by this is the value replaced by the old value UAE.OG dash OG. So again, if you want to save this file, you can save the file, cancel or commit the changes. So this is how you are going to use the global change option in Primavera P6.